Original premise. I represent a very large Jewish community, and many of them have been obviously deeply traumatized by the pogrom on October 7th, but also deeply shocked by everything that's followed as well, and they worry deeply that Israel's international reputation has been deeply damaged by what's happened, not just in Gaza, but what's happening in the West Bank as well with settler violence. If you were Prime Minister tomorrow, what would change? What would change in terms of humanitarian access in Gaza, in terms of challenging the violence in the West Bank?
First of all, if I may use the example that is in front of me, one of the things I would have changed is you've said that the government refused to talk to you, and you thank me for being here. If I was the Prime Minister, I would have talked to you, and the government would have talked to you. The Israeli government was way too busy in victimizing themselves instead of explaining to the world what is it that we do and what kind of enemy are we facing and what are the circumstances that leads to the tragedy in Gaza. And I tell you something more. They have neglected their duty, not only as a government, but also as human beings. And you've mentioned the Jewish congregation in your area. This is also has to do with Jewish morals, to say we are sorry for the loss of life in Gaza. We are sorry for every child that has died in Gaza. Children should not die in grown-ups' wars. And we're going to do our best in order to prevent this. And when it doesn't succeed, because we are fighting a horrible enemy in a very dense populated area that is using his own children as human shield. But when it happens, we are so sorry about this, and our heart goes out for them, and we have to make sure we find ways to be helpful to them. And the reasons that our government has neglected their duty to say so is cynical and political in ways that I find hard to not only to relate to, but to forgive. You see, I tried not to attack my own government in the British Parliament, and couldn't do it because this is so emotional for us all. So this is one. And two, I would finalize a deal in Gaza a year ago. There's no reason on earth this is going on for 620 some days. Not to mention the fact that we are an island economy based on high tech, with an army that is based on the model of reserves, and therefore long wars is a very bad idea for Israel, even strategically, not only morally.